video that most people have been um, waiting for. Actually, we created this presentation on 2021, but I just forgot to make a video for it. So sorry about that. So this is a video about the Fari chain. So the Fari chain, it's one of the blockchains that we use to make the Bitfari network possible. Bitfari uses four blockchains to make all of this happen. Most of them are virtualized. This one is a real separate blockchain, and it's a blockchain that so we have it running, but we are migrating it to the hyperchain stacks protocol to actually make it into a subnet of stacks and integrate it more with stacks. Right now, it's working fine, but I'm gonna show you how hard it is to show ads, and I'm gonna show you all of the things that we do to show an ad because it's pretty tough. So we're gonna do a small intro. We are gonna talk about M3. I'm gonna show you about the main components of the platform, and then we're gonna see some code. This is actually gonna be a pretty short presentation. I don't think that I will go over 15 minutes. But if I go over 15 minutes, I will definitely not go over 20 minutes because I will be very concise with this presentation. Showing ads is incredibly tough. There are a lot of issues. There's trademark infringement, there's spam, there's click fraud. You can go through the list yourself. It's really hard, especially when we are dealing with kids. We want to make sure that the ads respect their privacy, um, respects their nature. So we want to protect the youngest in our society. We want to also protect the elderly, the most vulnerable in our society, and we do that with technology and people. Um, some ads are not necessarily malicious, but they are just created by sometimes sometimes incompetent people. Sometimes the ads are just bad, and we catch this with people with auditors. If you were only to if you only try to cut these issues, these issues you can catch them with technology for the most part, but these issues they have to be reviewed by auditors because they usually fall in a gray line. This is why Bitfari uses people and technology to review, approve, and display ads. And the main question is, well, can Bitfari solve all of this? And can it do it at scale? And the answer is yes. We can solve all of this and we can do it at scale. And for that, we have a blockchain that's called the M3 blockchain. M3, so three M's, three big components. So the three biggest component of the Fari chain blockchain are Medusa, Minerva, and Maria. So these are three components that allow us to show good ads, contextualized ads, audited ads, and ads that are of a very high quality at scale. So let's start with Medusa. Medusa, it's stacks of snakes. It's actually a group of snakes, of data structures that have the GPS location, anonymized GPS location of people that are using the Bitfari platform. It has a list of obfuscated public wallets, so it doesn't really get the address of the public wallet. It gets an obfuscated tokenized wallet number, and that will say guest number one, guest number two, guest number three of a particular area or location. And these GPS locations are only stored in a stack for 24 hours. After that, they get erased. So it's a pretty safe way to track people's location. So we don't know where any particular person is. We don't keep that information in our servers, and we make every effort to protect the privacy of our users. Um, it's a very, very efficient way to keep GPS information and to keep track of where people are moving. This is done through a ping, and that ping is sent by your cell phone every 10 minutes through our servers. A snake means stacked wallet, name, alter ego, knowledge, expectation, and solution. So every snake, which is a data source, a data structure, sorry, contains a public wallet address, which is obfuscated, and then a name, and then a nickname, knowledge, expectation, and solution. Knowledge is the information that we know about the user that they chose to disclose. Expectation is the disclosure matrix, the stuff that they are searching for, the stuff that they expect to find. And then solutions are the links or the ads that could be potential solutions for that problem, right? So every snake has all of these snippets of information. When the snake comes in, the solution field is empty. When the snake goes out, the solution field could be filled, or it could still be empty if nothing was found. Name, it doesn't really contain the name of the person, but it contains the name of the wallet, which could be a BNS name. BNS is the Bitcoin name system, naming system, which could have a name like jordi.btc or your address.btc or whatever. It's just a short name for a wallet. So it's not the name of the person, but the name of the wallet. And then alter ego is just your nickname, right? So when all of this information gets sent into Medusa, it gets put into a stack, and then it gets bundled with the GPS location of the client, and then the interests of the person get filled in. These are positive interests, and this is a negative interest. This is one thing that that person wants to avoid. So if we don't want to see politics ad, just put minus politics, and then we won't show an ad for that, right? And then it has like very few methods. So if the person is moving, if they are connecting or disconnecting, so it's very basic, but it gets the job done. We get all of the information. It only does like 140 updates per person per day, so it's pretty light, and that gets the job done because we can actually sort of see where a person is, and people don't really walk that much every 10 minutes, so the system works fine for us. In other areas, highly sensitive areas, like indoors or whatever, it might send an update like every minute, but those are like specialized networks. They are not like the general Bitfari type network that we like to do basic explanations with. So Minerva is the component of this chain that is the intelligence component. So it has over 500 filters. These are Java programs that filters bad words, trademark infringement. It has neural networks to filter porn. It has exaggeration filters, high speech filters, international filters. It has machine-based learning. It has everything. When we update the mining program, I would say 80% of the time is because we're updating Minerva. We just put in new stuff here. So Minerva is like layer thing. We don't put all of the filters in all of the miners. We put some of the filters in some of the miners, and then we execute filtering operations at random. So not all of the computers get loaded with all this work, and it allows us to do a pretty good job of filtering bad stuff at scale. So every minute Minerva is minted. It's like an interstitial token, and then this match, this token of matching is matching interest of accounts. It's matching if um, we want to do a parental filter, if somebody wants a translation. So it's actually matching every snake, every area snake, so every person in the area that's moving is matching them with an interest. So it's matching people with ads constantly, like every minute. And it's sending the ads that somebody could see, somebody could be interested in. And they are sending these ads to the wallet of the people. And they are also sending these ads to billboard networks that want to get the information to show ads in a more intelligent fashion. Okay, so after we do the filtering and all of that, we go to Maria. And Maria, it's a bridge. So Maria is the bridge from this chain into Fari. So these mint tokens get actually exchanged on a bridge by Fari tokens, which are money, and that's how miners get paid, right? This reduces fraud. It's paid using time lock security, so the money that is released is the money that the network made on a time period, so there's no possibility of taking money out, because first you have to know how much the network made on a given time, which is not public information, and then second, you have to know which nodes, which area made that money, and then you have to provide the main tokens that are the proof that the work was done, and then they get exchanged to Fari. So fraud is impossible here. We also have multiple treasuries, so we don't keep all the money in a single account. We have like every single network has a different account. So yeah, in that sense, the design of Bifari makes it impossible to hack. So we have bridges to BTC, STS, USDA, and other coins, so that if people choose to get paid on BTC, then we just take the mint tokens, exchange it from Faris, and then we change it to BTC, and then we pay the people. This also connects screen to auditors and to people, so it's a bridge to people as well. So if the screen gets audited, there's fraud associated with the screen, there won't be a payment to that wallet. Maria manages human-based filtering. There's something called the parent association, that it's like a sub-DAO. It's a group of parents that are defining rules of how what kind of ads they want to block for their children. So the parents can do that using this facility. It has provisions for area laws, area ethics, so the law changes from area to area. An area is just a province or a country province. Ethics can change, so if you want to enforce different ethics. Filtering, context, language, all of that, it's stored in Bifari on an area-based fashion. And then every human connects to Maria, every miner connects to Medusa, and every client connects to Medusa. So if you're a human connected to the DAO, an auditor, pre-auditor, whatever, you connect to Maria. And if you are a customer or miner, then which are clients, then you connect to Medusa. So both ends of the chain, but nobody connects directly to Minerva, which is doing the coordination. Yeah, a great system. You can choose to get paid by the hour. You can choose to get paid by the day. There's also the facility of doing stacking and gaining more Faris even for your work. These are different nodes, but you can choose to run like a composite node doing all three things. But the most common case is to have different nodes: Medusa nodes, Minerva node, Maria nodes. Some of the code of Medusa is on the client, so the client is it has your GPS location and whatnot. Some of the code of Maria, it's still cloud-based. We are working on decentralized some of that code, some of the code of the bridge, and then all of this eventually connects to the Fari blockchain and stacks. Yeah, exactly 15 minutes. Thank you so much. Thank you for your attention, and remember to always, always bring life to your location. Bye bye.